Welcome, local friends here in the Bay Area. It's great to see you on a mercifully cooler day. There's been a nasty hot streak going, and it's gone from 95 to about, feels like 35 this morning, roughly. So lots of warm coffee. And I just flipped the switch to go live on YouTube, and all my little classes in the Bay Area are now stored onto YouTube. You can watch them live or recorded, and thanks for liking and subscribing. My purpose, stated directly and unabashedly, is to bring the love and the joy and the calm and the peace of yoga and meditation and all spiritual practice for those who are sincere seekers. And in these little classes, we do our best to open our minds and our hearts to more calm and peace and well-being moving in and through us. Call that God if you'd like. I'm more than happy to call it God. Anyway, close your eyes. We'll settle in for a moment. Just a couple of nice conscious breaths. If you're brand new, you've never done yoga, you're in the right place. If you've been doing yoga for many lifetimes, you're in the right place. All things work to good for those who love good. By closing our eyes and finding our breath, we're sort of pulling the plug on the outside world and its endless demands, distractions, temptations, seductions, obligations. The world is always pulling on us, isn't it? And that's fine. That's what the world does. But there's a place we can go where the draw and the attraction is from above, and we are drawn up. Good, now we'll chant an Om together. Nice big inhale. Om. That's a clarion call to spirit and also my big black cat, Looney. I hope he comes in and visits with us. Good, we'll open our eyes. By the way, if you're new and you're just watching this, what is this? Why did I get dropped off here by the YouTube algorithm? We're going to do some joint juice, some movement to get our energy, our body aligned. And then we'll do some yin yoga, some calmer, more peaceful positions. And we'll conclude with a few minutes of meditation. So is this Sunday school? Okay, we can call it that, but we'll keep it, it's for people of all persuasions. Shoulders, 1, 2. If you're persuaded by the Holy Spirit and are always seeking to move up higher in consciousness, then that seeking will always be fulfilled. 6, 7, other way. Yesterday was a very busy day for me, big gathering of friends and doing some filming and pictures and all that stuff we humans have to do for our marketing and stuff. And that was a busy day. And Sunday is a day for some peace. 7, 8. Good job. Inhale. Again, if you're new, maybe your body hasn't moved for a while, so these are a select sequence of movements designed to get our body and our joints to move again as they're designed at the factory. This is always a good setup. It's hard to look at spirituality or conscious contact when our body is assailed by pains and anguish. And it doesn't mean that you can't, it just means yoga helps to heal. Yoga means union, connection with spirit. That always heals. Good. All right. And from here, I'm going to take my head around 8 times. 1. None of these individual movements are staggeringly special on their own, but you put them together into a sequence and the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. 5, 6, 7, 8. Other way. I just had a good yawn. Yawning is a very spiritual experience, relaxes the throat, gets us breathing. 6, 7. Good. Now, believe it or not, we relax our head down for 20 seconds, close our eyes, gaze into our third eye, up between our eyebrows, softly. Nowhere to go, nothing to do, nothing to push, nothing to prove, no one to prod, nothing to pay. The unexamined life is not worth living. Thank you, Mr. Socrates. Good. Okay, now from here, I always recommend yoga blocks because now we're going to do a sort of a yin style seated forward fold. And I know many friends who are new, just sitting on the floor with your legs crossed is very confronting. So I do recommend sitting maybe on top of a blanket or two underneath your behind. And these blocks really help because if we're ever going to do a seated forward fold that's supported, a beginning position might be something like this. Or if you're not there yet, you just lean forward a little bit, close your eyes, breathe, and bring yourself to the edge of your range of motion. This will take time, it'll take patience, it'll take persistence, it'll take doing it when you want to and when you don't want to. Like anything else we ever become competent at. Close your eyes, settle in. If you don't have yoga blocks, you can order them on Amazon. Get the big ones, the big foam ones. They can be delivered by 3 p.m. today. Just like anything else, a new barbecue, some new patio furniture. Just make sure when you engage in consumption today that you get some blocks. When I do this, I can actually let go of my shoulders, which are sort of chronically held. Sometimes I'll roll out my forehead a little bit. These are all just ritual movements designed to bring about a settling or a calming of the incessant thinking and emotional turbulence that might be residing on the inside. Again, if you're very flexible and your head comes all the way down, I'm not going to stop you from doing that. I am going to invite you to find the middle ground of sensation today, not overdoing it, not underdoing it, just doing it. Good. On your next inhale, come on up. One of the advantages of doing yin yoga, the slower variety, is it builds this most miraculous of human characteristics called patience. And if you're anything like me, I cannot learn patience quickly enough. And so, boy, it's a real change of demeanor for me to slow it down. Now I'm just going to lean back on my hands. And a good movement for many of us is just up goes the pelvis. If you're tight and stiff, crunchy in Cleveland, you're barely going to lift. If you're a 12-year-old Romanian gymnast, you're going to lift all the way up. And everyone's welcome, all continents, all peoples, everywhere, young and old. Spiritual, religious, uncertain, agnostic, wherever you are on the scale, what matters is just being here now and the truth will come. and an occasional slurp of coffee. Okay. I know this seems like an unusual movement, but take your paws and kind of push them forward and back like a cat. Hey, cat. It's summertime, my cat is big into his catio and he's having fun, and I'm not sure he'll come in or not, but like and subscribe anyway. Then some acupressure. Take your heels of your hands, just lightly tap. This makes you more popular, and so you get more likes on social media. Modern acupressure. Good, now I'm going to take my hands into my hips. Look at this movement. I'm pushing and smushing. Just pushing into my hips, releasing my wrists, grounding myself. Now this is unusual. I push down as my shoulders go over the top. 1. Everything is an acquired taste. Just try it. If you're brand new and it's like, there's a lot of other YouTubes I could be watching. I could be watching like a Netflix romantic comedy. Maybe take a moment and pay attention to your own romantic comedy on the inside. 7. Did you know the greatest romance in the universe is inside of our very own psyche consciousness? That's a revelation to many people. No, the greatest romance is outside of myself. I need to find the one, and that's fine. It's a wonderful pursuit. If you already got him, great. But there's something on the inside, a great mystery. Good, now my hands go in here upside down. The internal romance has to be sought with the same verve and fervor and enthusiasm that any external romance would be sought. Yet the payoff of the eternal internal romance is it's never ending, it's ongoing, it's always expanding, always increasing, never runs out. The bloom never comes off of that rose. Up and over the top, back up, over, forward, around and down. Yoga is that pursuit. What did a great yoga sage once say? 1 drop of God's love would change everything. Just 1 drop. 7. 8. Good. Inhale up. Grab your elbows. Work your elbows side to side. Makes sense to get the dents and the impressions and the creaks and the tension out of our body, doesn't it? Good. Bring your arms down. Take your hands, palms up, touch your elbows together, and then very carefully, especially if you're new, lean forward into your wrists. The heels of my hands don't come all the way down. That's the shape of my body. A good deal of my yoga has coming to acceptance of the karma and the shape and the capacity of this body that I'm currently living in, not comparing it to others quite so much. There's always somebody more flexible, less flexible, more beautiful, less beautiful, more money, less money, more popular, less popular, and we'd like to withdraw away from the comparison thing. There's no there, said Gertrude Stein. Drop your chin, relax the back of your neck. There's no place better in this whole universe to be than right here, right now. Oh, but I could be on the south of France on my giant new 370-foot yacht with supermodels and beautiful people tinkling around with cocktails. This is better than that. Good. All right. Then take your arms, internal rotation, behind your back, up your back. Can you get the back of your wrists inside your armpits, of all places? And then I'm going to try to touch my elbows together, and I can't. but I'm stretching my wrists and I'm touching important energy points in my armpits. My eyes are closed. Now I'm doing ujjayi breathing, that soft, whispery seashell sound at the back of my throat. And all the cares and worries, the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, all the things that I need to do, and all the accomplishments and all that stuff is just melting away for a few precious moments. Life is what happens when we're busy making other plans. Good enough. Then blessed, merciful relief. Yoga brings blessed, merciful mercy. 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Shake it out, shake it off, shake it up. Get thee hence, diabolos, Beelzebub, Mesla, all those Satan, get thee hence, Satan. Satan, what's the original definition? Adversary, liar, cheater, one who attacks us with falsehoods. Good. We'll cup our hands at our heart, close your eyes. Instead, we will feel holy, sacred, and reverent for a moment. We are calm and peaceful souls. Yes, we are. Good, so a twist is in order, so I'm going to lace my hands. Good, and if you're tight in Tennessee or crispy in Cleveland or not so bendy in Baltimore, you're going to get to about here, and it's going to be, but I want you to writhe a little bit with me. I want you to undulate and swell a little bit side to side. It feels really swell. Good, I'm getting extra length of spine, getting some space inside of my body. Now I'm going to twist to the right, right, right. Left hand, right knee, right arm behind, and easy, simple Sunday twist. Every yoga posture goes off into infinity, into complications and extremities beyond our wildest imaginings. Extremities, new word. Good one. Give time. Good, you guys. Release out of that. Now, we've been sitting with our legs in that cross for a while. Can switch them around. Lace our hands. Exhale all the air out. Inhale. If you're tight, oh man, this has been compressing and congesting for a long time. Extend. Some movement. I like the yoga of movement. There's several styles, infinite styles of yoga, and sometimes there's a kind of yoga that puts you in a static, fixed position. That usually comes later. Usually you have to get your body open a little bit. Left, 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 right hand, left knee, left arm behind. I like talking to people that aren't necessarily contortionists or circus performers, but would like to know their body and their energy better. God does not make too hard terms with us. You don't have to be an acrobat or a contortionist or hypermobile. If you are, great to have you on board. Good, inhale here. And come on out. Good job. Okay. Sitting on the floor with your legs extended out. By the way, the surname for this class is Yoga for People 50 plus minus. So that's really everybody, but probably the weight is more on the side of the 50 plus. But if you're 50 minus, you help keep the balance. Extending out through my legs, which maybe you haven't done for a long time. Back of your legs are very tight. You're being thrown back. Stick with these movements a little bit every day, and you can regain some health and happiness in your body. Plant your hands, plant your feet. Great movement for newbies. Can you get your butt up off of the floor? Can you lift your behind higher than your knees? Again, if you need contortionism in outrageous positions, there's plenty of that. But if you find yourself in the camp of humans who've been a little sedentary or haven't moved or don't move enough, you found your crew. Good. Come on down. Good. Then feet together. Another controversy. Oh, it hurts to sit like this. After a while, this will open up, and a little bit of massage. You just shake it out a little bit. Kind of confuses your muscle tissue, and sometimes tension just flies away. After a while, when this is happening, you'll be able to push them both down with straight arms, but you do your body, I'll do mine. Good. Now a fun little sequence around our body. I think it works for most people most of the time. I'm going to take my right shin and fold it under like this. So it's really half kneeling and half Baddha Konasana is what it is. But it's a nice little hybrid pose. And if, a lot of my 60-year-old guy friends, they're not going to sit like this and watch the game, I don't think. But it's a seed position. You can do so many movements that expand out from this position. Name one. Hands behind, buns up. Lift up, stretch your quadricep, hip flexors, chest. Open up your ankle a little bit. Good, come on down. What else could you do from here? You could do a side bend. You could lean your right elbow all the way down to the floor. Yesterday I was in my very big class. Thanks everybody for coming, but some of my friends could bring their right elbow all the way down to the floor. Good for your guts, good for your digestion. Good. What else could you do out of this position? You could do a twist. Stretch up, turn right, relax your hands, and then look around behind you. Stop thinking. Good. What else could you do from this position? You see what I mean? All the shapes? You could do a forward fold. If you're really tight, you're going to get to about here and you're going to start tilting over to the left. Try to keep your right hip down, or as my teacher would say, keep your damn right hip down and come down. It's unlikely most of us are going to lay it out from crotch to sternum, so take your time. If you feel your right hip lifting, that's far enough. Relax your shoulders, close your eyes. The beauty of doing yoga, this kind of yoga online, would be that you can just be with yourself. You don't have to compare yourself to Bendy Betty or Flexi Frank right next to you. Good. On your next inhale, come on up. Now, what's interesting here is to drag your right leg out, and then a big fork in the road. This right foot can go back underneath my left knee, which is called easy position or Sukhasana. But some of you just have the capacity to bring the right ankle up over the left knee. But we don't want this. We don't want to be thrown back. We don't want the ankle inside of the knee. It's not this. The ankle is on the outside. And if this doesn't work, that's completely fine. We'll get our hips open and the pace they're designed to based on our karma. This pose fits my body. I've been doing it for a little while. Arms out. And just close your eyes and do some left and right leaning. I live in the Bay Area. Almost everybody can lean more to the left than to the right. Good. Now bring your right arm underneath, and tight friends will just barely grab their shoulders. This is just tight as a boiled owl. And after a while, you can pull in tighter. And then after a while, you can fold your arms out and then churn your elbows up and down. This gets out mental, emotional, stuck energy that's congealed in between our neck, back, and shoulder blades. And then after a while, you might even be able to churn your elbows in a circle. And this begins to turn matter, stuck material, into flowing, moving energy. Sounds kind of mystical, doesn't it? But the practical reality is it brings peace, inspiration, guidance, joy. Now, my whole upper body is going to the right. My whole face is going to the left. I tilt my head to the left, drop my chin, and I would call this pose a prayer, a hieroglyph of the soul. Stop thinking, start being. Everything is always working out for us. Counter to what so many of our minds say, our minds are coming up with weird scenarios. Some of us even practice impending doom, but we're going to stop doing that. Good, then we're going to bring this back to the center. We're going to release out. We're going to inhale for an Om together, long, loud, and proud. Good, then half a minute group prayer. Close your eyes. If you're a praying person, beautiful time to send them off. If you're not a praying person, you can simply gather into quiet and peace. If you're not sure about prayer, trying to pray is prayer. Simply send off your most heartfelt thoughts, energy, and focus to the highest that you know. What should you pray for? That's a big question, isn't it? You can pray for what to pray for. Very good. Okay, our legs have been tied up for a while, so we're going to untie them, wiggle them out, get them all straight and strong and beautiful as God designed them at the factory. These bodies were not designed to wear out at 40 or 50 or 60 or 80. These bodies were beautifully designed at the factory to be these healthy, functional, beautiful vehicles to move in for as long as we decide to occupy them. So if the body is crunchy or painful or diseased or sad or depressed, it's not the body's fault. Get our minds and hearts aligned and let the natural health move through our body again. So this is a counterpose to all that we just done. Lift up. Good, sink down. So then I'm gonna bring my feet together. We have that whole side to do on the other side. So I'm just gonna wag my groins, wag more, bark less. Now I'm gonna take my left shin and fold it under. This is that cool sequence where there's all these ways. This is a seed pose. We can grow all these different plants out of this one seed. So I would recommend bottoms up. And this is hard for so many. It's hard for me. Just tight guy hips, big leg muscles. Lift up. Almost nobody in our modern culture stretches this. Good, then sink down. What's the other pose? Side bend. If you're really tight in Tennessee, you're over here, you can barely come up, but it's a start. Lace your hands behind your head. And like some of my friends yesterday, left elbow comes all the way down to the floor. It's as if they have no spinal column. It's as if they're made of silly putty. It's as if they're Gumby or pokey. In Western yoga, there's been this hallucination, this addiction, if you will, to being super flexible as if that's the goal, and those who are more flexible are better than those who aren't. And that's a decidedly physicalist take on it. What matters is the quality of your inner experience. That may or may not demonstrate as wild flexibility. More often it doesn't. But nothing can impede your conscious contact with God if you're sincere about it. Good, then stretch up, turn left, and have a little twist. Bendy people, right hand will grab left foot. Stiffies, just turn to the left a little bit. We are calm and peaceful souls, and we can accept exactly where we are on the continuum of movement. Good, inhale here and release. And then this one, a forward fold, challenging for yours truly. Now my bendy friends, they'll just come straight down. Their butt, belly button, chest will be down on the floor. Relax around your neck, back, and shoulders. Breathe together with friends. You're doing this with hundreds or thousands of people around the world, all doing it, gathered together for the purpose of raising consciousness, healing, finding joy. This is yin yoga, slow, patient, taking our time. Good, friendly friends, and come on up. And then mercifully we get to take this guy out. And again, here's this thing where left foot goes underneath your right knee for most. And it's actually called yogasana when this picks up and goes there, not here. Do you see the difference? That's all the stress in my ankle because the ankle has not gone beyond the knee over there. So one or t'other, as my great-grandmother used to say, who I never met and never heard a word she ever said, arms out. And then be a glider pilot with me. Let's put on squirrel suits and jump off of Swiss Alps and fly around through crags and crevices. Pull the parachutes and land on beautiful green fields of people that drink Swiss hot chocolate all day long with big smiles on their face. Good, now left arm under. Oh boy, you're tight. You've got big muscles, big chest. And then otherwise it pulls in a little more. And then maybe it folds up like praying manti, and then up and down with your elbows. I invented this movement. I invented it in the 7th century BC. I was hanging out in a Himalayan cave and up in the snowy mountains with a cat that I had back then. And I invented this movement to stay warm. Take your shoulders around, elbows around in a circle. If you're on Earth right now, you've been here before, kids. I'm just letting you know. This is a planet for people that have been around for a while. There are planets for brand new souls. There's some really amazing planets for people that have learned a lot of lessons. Earth is kind of in between. Good, now elbows face left, left, left. Now just your face to the right. Tilt your head to the right, drop your chin. Good, now time for affirmations. We are calm, peaceful souls most of the time. We live and move and breathe and have our being in God love source. All things work together for good for those who love good. And then finally, never finally, everything is always working out for us. Good, and then back to the center, release. Now, if you happen to have access to 2 feet with 2 thumbs, I'm going to massage directly into the center of my feet, the bottom, with my thumbs. This is some acupressure, pressure point stuff. Every culture's got their name for it. Every culture has done it. Good, I'm finding a sensitive point. I'm massaging in slowly. And then I find a spicy spot. Close your eyes. Let the past and the future, let the pendulum slow down into the present of all places. Good, we'll chant an Om together. Big inhale. Peace, be still. Be still and know that you're God. Line 10, Psalm 46. It's a radical idea, isn't it? Be still and know that you're God. People have been wrestling with that for 2,000 years. It's good to wrestle with that one. Makes you stronger, smarter, wiser. Okay, what shall we do now? It's June 1st. I think that I would like to go into meditation with my friends around the world for maybe 10 minutes. I think meditation is the most important human skill. Not the only one. I think it's tied for first. But the ability to get quiet in our heads and hearts, aka meditation. And maybe on this planet right now, maybe 1% of the people are practicing meditation. And thank God that they are, because it's keeping the ball going. But to meditate means simply to pay attention. And all that yoga that we just did is designed to get our bodies in a place where we can just sit without our body pestering us or bothering us or saying, feed me or move me or scratch me or amuse me or, all the things. Our bodies are basically amusement park rides. So I sit up on a little blanket bolster. And if you're brand new to meditation, you want to give it a go, and you have the faith and the diligence and the curiosity to try it, good for you. And if you've watched all the movement so far and you say, man, I can't sit and go inside, it's too jumbled in there, maybe today's the day you give it a try. And if you need to leave because you can't do it, just make sure you like and subscribe before you leave. But I suggest you stay. Namaste for about 10 more minutes. And I'll give you guided meditation. I will help for 5 minutes. I've been teaching people how to meditate for about 1,500 years now because people have helped me. Close your eyes. Relax your shoulders. Just make an internal commitment to stay with this process no matter what happens for about 10 minutes. Swallow once, circle your jaw around. Occasionally I'll reach for hydration because I do have to talk a lot and I like to keep my throat lubricated. The throat is the channel between the head and the heart, and we want this throat chakra, Vishuddha chakra, we want it to open up and relax. Good. Now, just feel all the expression melt off of your face because we don't need to use our face to force the issue. So as I like to say, wear your facial expression you were wearing before your parents met. Good. Now I ask and invite you to bring the attention of your breath to the tip of your nose. Feel it go in there. Feel it release from there. So we're bringing breath from the background of our mind up into the foreground. And it would be nice if all the thoughts, details, obligations, and duties would then recede to the back of our mind. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Good, now say that inside of your own head. I breathe in, I breathe out. If a thought goes by, something to do later today, something somebody said, issue, detail, situation, breathe in, breathe out, let it go by. Good, you're doing great. Do you know you've already meditated for about 3 or 4 minutes? And even if your mind is active and your breathing is only occasionally present, you're getting better every time you do it. Let's move our breathing to our belly button. Make a meditation out of the belly button going out on inhale. And pay attention to the belly button withdrawing in on exhale. This is how countless thousands of generations of humans have begun a meditation practice over millennia. Breath goes in, breath goes out, and directing it down to the belly button, which stimulates our rest and relaxation response. Easy does it, a near perfect absence of effort, a near perfect willingness to just let go, relax, and release. Now, please remember that if thoughts, feelings, sensations, impressions, memories come into our mind, that's going to happen for all humans. And instead of indulging or engaging, we simply let those rise and fall and always come back to the best that we can to this present moment, attention to presence, being, breath itself. Good, now we're going to go into about 5 minutes of silence, and I recommend a mantra. Humans have been using mantra for thousands of years. I recommend the simple one called the breath mantra. Inside of your head, on inhalation, say, So, S-O. Inside of your head, on exhalation, say hum, H-U-M, hum. It's a beautiful rhythm. It's a cycle. It's an energetic touchstone. It gives us something to come to if our thinking gets loud. It has vibrational healing benefits. It works. So, yeah, I'm going to time 5 minutes. Whatever happens is perfect. And just a willingness, a prayer, a focus on letting go, relaxing, and watching your own consciousness. There's bliss in there, there's gold, and then there are hills. Very good. Now stay in the meditation. Enjoy the beautiful blending, absorption of soul and spirit together. If you practice meditation frequently, you'd like to stay in this place for 5, 10, 15 minutes, 2 hours, 3 hours. There's bliss, joy beyond measure. But at the start, we just drop in a little bit every day. By all means, do this at home if you'd like. And begin to breathe back toward your body. Just a few minutes of meditation every day, alignment with source, spirit, wisdom, love, truth, intelligence can make every other minute of the day the peaceful experience that life is meant to be. Good, now we're going to wiggle our fingers and toes and circulate lots of feel God, I call it. Love, prana, joy, bliss, juice, healing, wisdom, beauty, goodness, fun through our body. We are God's nerve endings. Good, now I'm going to tilt my head down about halfway, open my eyes halfway, gaze at a little dot on my carpet. Always enjoy the afterglow. Don't be in a rush to jump back into your coding or computer programming or cooking or gardening. Just give it a moment. Let all this beautiful God, love, light seep into our cells and atoms and molecules. Good, then blinkety blink and we come back. Now, you veteran meditators who come to the class and know how to meditate, thank you for bringing your practice and your vibe and your skill and just the beautiful resonance that you bring. And to brand new friends that just meditated for the first time ever or just a couple of times for 5 or 10 minutes, good for you. Everything has to start everywhere. If you're going to play the violin, there's that squeaky first year. If you're going to be a golfer, there's banging balls on the driving range, looking like a fool. We have to be the fool before we're the expert at anything. And yet of all the things that we can go from fool to expert over lifetimes, meditation is the most valuable skill because it brings us the most valuable experience, which is nothing less than conscious contact, union with the infinite. And it makes all the golfing and all the violin playing all the more fun. Please like and subscribe. It makes a huge difference to the channel. It's my unabashed purpose to carry conscious contact to the world as best as I can. So thanks for supporting. Visit the website, upwardspiralyoga.com. Have a look at some of the other things that we do and leave a comment if you'd like. Bye, YouTubers.